Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts. Find a location near you now.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Hi!
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort, fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool. But they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. another way, a better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
And a warm Friday night in September is the recipe for some great Hoosier football here on IndianaSRN. This broadcast is brought to you by the Morales Group. Building better futures one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and surrounding communities. IU Sports Management. Begin your journey today. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation, we do it all. And Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and communities since 1955. Would like to also say this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Hi, everyone. I'm Joey Lindstrom. Alongside me is Bill Ludlow, my partner in crime. It is good to be with you here tonight. Bill, these are two teams that are going to be battling here tonight, jiving for some rhythm. Covenant Christian is 2-2, while Tinley is seeking their first win. Last year they had 4 wins under Coach Graham. This year they're still looking for that first one. How do you think they get that done tonight?
Well, I think what they got to do is they got to have, if they've got an A game in them, they better bring it tonight, because I saw Covenant last week, Joey, and they had the ball 7 times in the first half. Covenant did last week, scored every time. Yep. So, Tinley's defense has got to come with the A game tonight if they want to get a W in that column.
Tinley Tigers are, like Bill said, searching for their first win. They've had some close games, a couple of losses. Edinburgh 14-6 and Addicts 18-6. And Coach Graham said that his team has so much discipline waiting for them. This is the time to really prove it for themselves. But on the Covenant side, you have Coach Evan Cottle in his second season. He's 9-7 all-time, and he's got a quarterback leading the way in Tony Flatt that has really done well, but they're going to rely on their running game most of the time. Last week we saw John Neighbors take a bit of a leave. He just wasn't in the game, right. And we saw the emergence of Bryant in the running back position.
Bryant, like I said, off the air, he was the workhorse last week for the Covenant Christian Warriors. And, you talked about Tony Flatt, what Tony can do for this ball club. He is like a 3-dimensional warrior back there, no pun intended here, because they're the Covenant Christian Warriors. But the young man has got an arm on him. He's good at throwing the ball. He's good at handing the ball off, but he's also good at running the ball if he needs to.
He is a rusher that really doesn't waste any time. If he sees a place that he needs to go, he will go there. 18 carries, 89 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the ground to lead all rushers. And Coach Cottle relies on him a lot to get this offense going. Now for Tinley, it's a bit of a different story. You have Deion Richmond leading the way at quarterback, 21 for 30, 322 yards. He's 72% through the air. He's a guy that can lead the charge if he needs to. He's a junior quarterback, 6'6". He adds a different type of element when he runs the ball, too. What do you expect to see out of this Tinley offense that maybe we haven't seen yet?
They got to be maybe a little bit balanced, a little bit throwing the ball, a little bit running the ball. So if I'm Coach Graham, I want some balance in my offense tonight. Mm-hmm. But for Graham, a junior in high school, 72%.
Yep.
There's some pros that don't even hit that, Joey.
Yeah.
So, if you're Coach Graham, you got a diamond in the rough right there in that young man.
You're just hoping for your boy Aaron Rodgers to have a 72% completion day, aren't you?
I just hopefully he scores more than 1 touchdown,
right.
Sunday.
That'll come later. There's more to uncover here with Covenant Christian and Tinley. We're going to take a quick break here on IndianaSRN and be right back with more.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
And welcome back. Indianapolis Tinley is gearing up for their showdown against the Covenant Christian Warriors. Bill, let's chat about the running backs for this Tinley squad. They're led by Davion Hampton, 53 carries, 374 yards. He averages 7 yards a carry, and he's getting up almost 100 yards per game. He really is the workhorse for this team when they need an answer on the ground.
Yeah, Davion, and we already hit on it a little bit. You did, but with what Hampton is doing and the quarterback 72% again, why are they sitting at 0-4?
Right.
What they got to do is they have to learn to finish.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the drawbacks that's not letting them get any W's. But if they do that tonight here, they could very well get a W tonight.
There's a huge chance for that, especially with the way that Covenant Christian's games have gone as well. I want to hit another running back mention there, Elijah Gurton, 28 carries, 112 yards, another guy that does a lot of work for them. I want to hit on the receivers as well. Hampton is also a threat through the air. He's got 10 receptions, 154 yards, along a 70. They'll use him kind of anywhere, maybe as a scat back, but their main receiver, Keyshawn McGill, 3 receptions, 81 yards, as well as Paul Carpenter Jr., 5 receptions, 37 yards. Obviously, the run game is where their focus is. What can they do in the pass game to throw off Covenant Christian tonight?
Again, I think what you got to do is you got to be balanced. You got to work it here a little bit. Maybe run the ball a little bit, and then Covenant says, "Okay, we're gonna fill up the box here,
Yep.
Stop the run, and then let Hampton dish it off to one of those big receivers, kind of keeping off kilter there a little bit."
It's one of those things too where you feel like there's a chance that if you catch them on maybe a play action pass, you have a chance to go deep and get a huge touchdown for your team. And that'll be huge for both of these squads. If they can get something going where there's maybe some trickeration involved, maybe Tinley catches Covenant off guard, maybe Covenant has some tricks up their sleeve as well. But regardless, we're getting set for what is set to be an amazing matchup. For more than 6 years, Telemetry Sports has been working with the NFL and multiple college football teams as a data and technology provider. Player speeds and accelerations that they're providing us is generated using computer vision, the same technology as autonomous vehicles. As you watch these players, keep in mind that over 18 miles an hour is stupid fast and impressive for a high school and college athlete. That's what Bill runs in his 40s. Also brought to you by Serenity Home Care. Serenity Home Care Services is an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver. provider in Central Indiana. We are the friendly, competent, experienced team of caregivers you have been seeking. Contact at serenitycareservices.net. Returning for Covenant Christian will be Gavin Tindley. He's got 380 kick return yards on the year. A very impressive guy when he goes and receives the ball, Bill. And not to mention, he's also one of their leading receivers. So he's a dynamic athlete back there.
Yeah, Tindley, again, I saw him last week. And, man, what a great athleticism that this young man has. And, if you're Coach Evan Cottle, you got to be pleased that I've got Evan Tindley on my sideline, not the opposite.
And we're off at Zionsville West Middle School. Tindley working the right side. Tries to change direction, and he'll be brought down by a host of Tigers. Flag down on the field.
Well, that's not the way you want to start out the ball game with the flag on the field.
So we'll be holding awarded to Covenant Christian. It's a team that isn't penalized terribly often. But you open the day with a penalty, you're going to be 10 yards behind of where you ended up there.
But here's the thing, Joey. You got that yellow thing out of the way now.
Yep.
Okay, now
it's out of the system.
Settle down and play football.
Yep.
Now.
It's one of those. It's one of those things where if you get the play out of your system early, and you don't think about it, the penalty out of your system early, you don't think about it later. Tony Flatt will get us started here. Behind him is Noah Bryant. He will get the start at halfback. Tindley in motion. They're going to throw it backwards to him. This is going to be an early trick play. Gone deep. Landon Ross. Nothing but daylight. Touchdown. Covenant.
Trickery you were talking about? Right there it is, folks. First play of the game. Wow.
Wasting no time, the Covenant Christian Warriors open the floodgates on the very first play from scrimmage.
Here comes a replay on this one.
Yeah, we must have saw it in our magic ball. Not a rudimentary motion there. He went clearly behind the quarterback. Landon Ross was by himself.
And with that speed of Ross, he just got behind the defenders and,
And it was over from there. And the extra point is good. Covenant Christian leading early here on IndianaSRN.
Conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks. Shh, we're trying to hear. Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
I get her, not solo.
You see like this?
Yeah.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could.
Elijah Burton on the kickoff return for Tinley. Tackle by number 44, Wyatt Bowden.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian and Tinley on Indiana SRN. Sorry, lost you there for a second. We are back, and it is first and 10 for Tinley. This is a handoff to Hampton. And that is right. The score is 7-0 with 18 seconds elapsed, Bill Ludlow, because we had some trickery by Covenant Christian right out the gate. A lateral pass. Tindley launched it to Landon Ross, and there was nothing but daylight.
It was
in front of Ross.
Nothing but pay dirt in front of Ross once he caught that ball.
His second touchdown on the season. Handoff again to Hampton. Good gain here.
And I see what they say about Hampton. They're not Hampton, but the running back. You know,
that's Hampton. Yep.
Yeah, picking up 7 yards a carry.
Oh yeah, he's a workhorse. Richmond launches over the middle to Hampton, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage on the play by Wyatt Bowman, one of the captains of this Covenant Christian squad. Not the most positive third down play. You try to hit Hampton on the seam. He's kind of your do-it-all guy. And now for Tinley, looks like they're going to send out their punting unit.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you're further down the field, you may want to try to go for it, but this steep and that territory, you don't want to go for it there.
A little too risky. Rather play your cards on defense. Maybe that first trick play was a bit of a fluke for your coverage. Richmond is also the punter. This does not go very far in the air, but it takes a tiger bounce all the way down to about the 42-yard line. Hard to tell with no hash marks on the field, but we'll make do here. Well, that drive a 3-and-out for Tinley, and they don't need those, Bill. They need to be able to sustain those drives. That's something you talked about in the open. And now it's up to your defense to show up here.
Yeah, watch for any trickery here from Covenant here.
Do you think they have the guts to do it again?
Well, it worked.
Worked once.
It ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Right?
Oh.
No, this is going to be offsides on Tinley.
I believe Getter jumped offsides here.
Coach Graham, go ahead.
So, you move Covenant up 5 yards. Mm-hmm. You don't need that,
No. Yeah, what's tough about being one of those D linemen, you're so ready to jump that snap. When the ball gets snapped, you're ready to go. Sometimes it's just a little too early. Flat is going to hand off to Bryant. No, he's going to take it himself and then dish it back to Tindley. Breaking one tackle, working the right sideline. Tindley making a couple jukes, and he'll be brought down past the 50, well past the 50, and up to the 36-yard line of Tinley. Boy, a big gain after kind of a broken play, Bill.
Yeah, Tony, he juked us there because we thought he was going to keep the ball.
Yeah.
And then he's like, so that's 2 trick plays that we've seen from Covenant early in this contest.
Now Flat with 3 receivers to his left. Fakes the quick pass, hits the curl route. It is complete, and breaking a tackle and getting a touchdown is Luke Munoz.
Wow. Just like that, 2 quick scores here early in this first quarter for Covenant.
It's a great base pass play there for Covenant, executed well. Just 1 missed tackle for Tinley is all Covenant needed for Munoz to break free.
And what Munoz did is he got down in that soft spot where Tony, found him, And once he caught it, kind of like Ross,
This extra point is blocked by Tinley. A great effort there to get in the way by Paul Carpenter Jr. and the Tinley Tigers. So we stand at 13-0 after Covenant's second touchdown. And we'll be right back here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
And welcome back to Covenant Christian. After Munoz' kick got blocked. That's one way for Tinley to send a message there. After the guy scores a touchdown, block his extra point.
There you go.
He will boot it. A wobbler will be brought in by Girton. And he'll work to the left side and be brought down at the 30-yard line. Call it the 29, just short of the 30. So after that 3-and-out drive, Covenant wasting no time, getting a touchdown. It is 13-0, Bill. And, for Coach Graham, what do you think his message is after 2 scores let up on the first 2 drives?
He wants sending his offense out. Let's have sustained drives. Keep that high-powered offense on the sidelines. Let's have some confidence here, fellas.
This is a Tinley team who, in their last outing, lost to Shortridge 44-26. So they're very capable of putting points on the board. This snap is a little errant, and Richmond is going to throw this one at the feet there of Hampton.
Well, here's the thing, Joey. Tinley, in their first series that they had the ball, ran 3 plays, punted the ball. Covenant had the ball twice, ran 3 plays. They're up 13-0.
Yeah, it's man,
not a good start for the Tigers.
In the same vein, though, you have to imagine if you're Tinley, if you can get some offense going on this particular drive, it's going to bode well. Richmond is going to dish this one, and it is caught for about a 5-yard gain by Ty Yarrell.
But here's another, answer that Coach Graham's got to deliver to his team. Yeah, we're down 13-0. There's a lot of football to be played yet, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give up.
It's 3rd down.
This is a 3rd and a manageable here for Tinley.
Certainly. Richmond getting some pressure. And that ball is through the hands of Girton, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think that pass got away from Richmond a little bit, went a little high, and Girton just couldn't haul it in.
Lloyd Liscombe getting the pressure there on Richmond.
So once again, another 3-and-out for, Tinley.
And for Melvin Graham, this is his 3rd year at Tinley. Last year they went 4-5, had a pretty strong year.
Yeah, they did.
Bouncing back after a 3-6 season the year before. Now this year, starting 0-4, it's a tough go for the Tigers this year. But they are a young team. We have to remember that too, and they can grow into this and grow from this as well. And this is something that we talk about all the time with young programs, where you're mostly dominated by freshmen, sophomores. You have some junior leadership. The next years to follow are very, very positive. Think about the Covenant Christian team in 2020. They were led by seniors who had been there and been in the program for a while.
Right.
And finally, their efforts came to fruition with a state championship and an undefeated run. It was remarkable what they were able to do.
You know, they had Tony's brother Trey on there.
Yep.
And, you know, and they won that state final game by 1 point.
By just 1 point.
You know, they won it. That's the main thing.
Up against South Adams, 41-40. This is going to be fair caught by Landon Ross. Good punt at the 43-yard line. And that is where Covenant is going to start. Evan Cottle is 9-7 in his second year. Went 7-5. Covenant Christian leads this series against Tinley 7-1. But in 2019, Tinley actually beat Covenant and then lost to Covenant in their sectional.
Yeah, Tinley beat them like 24-19 regular season, and then sectional Covenant just like 35-36 nothing.
And that's tough. Well, here's Flat. There's a flag on the play. He'll pitch it out to Bryant. Bryant breaking some tackles.
Oh, wow.
A nice run all the way to the 32 of the Tigers.
But hold on, we got to figure out what the flag was all about. And Joey, if this goes against Tinley, you could say that's the third trickery play we've seen from Covenant.
Yep, having a speed option there on first down. Might be unexpected there for Tinley's defense.
Both these ball clubs like to run the spread offense. Oh, they're going to pick it up.
They are. So that's a great gain there from the 43 all the way to the 36. Be a 21-yard gain. Nope, more than that. Can't do math on the fly with no lines. Carry the 1. 21. I was right.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a Butler education at work. Flat's going to keep this one. He's got the pitch man next to him. He'll get it out to Tyndall. Out of bounds. Very smooth play to get another first down. All the way down at the 21-yard line. 15-yard gain.
First down, Warriors.
And like you said, this drive started on their own 21-yard line. And 43-yard line. And in 2 plays, look where they're at.
It's exceptional how well they've operated so far. Warm night here in Indianapolis.
Hard to believe we're in the middle of September and it's this warm.
Oh, I love it.
But I'll take it.
I'll take it too. You're a Green Bay guy. You like it cold. That's when you're thriving the most.
Yeah.
You're just gearing up for winter. This is a handoff to Bryant. 4-yard gain on the play.
John Neighbors with the run.
Oh, excuse me, John Neighbors. The first time we're seeing him.
Oh, he's in the ball game. Got him in there.
Neighbors, 28 carries this year, 79 yards. He was sidelined last week, and now he's back on the field. Good to see him out there.
Yeah, the Covenant faithful glad to see Neighbors back out there. And
Flat throws to the flat, and it's going to be caught by Nolan Jones. Slot receiver, hybrid halfback. Do it all guys and a young guy too.
You know, you as a coach, you got these guys that can do it all. You know, you're like, I'll take them. You know, bring them on. You know,
totally. And as you should, if you got athletes and you can use them like that. And look, the offensive line for Covenant looks bigger than usual. And these guys are all pretty young. We can go over them little by little. A couple of sophomores on this offensive line, but big guys that you can develop. Flat's got all day to throw. Looking towards the end zone, and it's just over the fingertips of Nolan Jones.
You know, that's something, you know, Tinley's got to start putting pressure on, you know, Tony when he's back there to pass. because he had all day back there. You know, you put pressure on him, which towards the end they kind of did because they flushed him out of the pocket, flushed him to the right side, but you still got to get pressure on him. But, again, with that big offensive line, hard to get through him. I'd fill that box up there.
He's going to hand off to Neighbors on the stretch. Neighbors making another move. He's tackled into the end zone. John Neighbors. His 4th touchdown on the season. Very solid run from the senior.
And you know, he tried to cut up back inside. There wasn't anything there, so he cut up back to the outside, had that little seam, took it, scored the touchdown.
He was running like Aaron Jones out there. On to kick again. Last time it got blocked. This is Luke Munoz. This one is no doubt about it. That's in. And we're going to go to break. Covenant leads 20-0 midway through the first quarter.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Some score updates for you on our family of networks. Heritage Christian leads Cecina 7-0 early in the first quarter. Bishop Chatard is leading Columbus North 14-0 in the first quarter as well. Other games on IndianaSRN tonight include Mount Vernon at Delta, as well as Evansville Memorial at Evansville Harrison. Our count here is 20-0. And this is going to be corralled by LeBron Warren, and a great return by Warren all the way to the 40-yard line. That's one way to spark your team for your next possession, Bill.
That's what you need. And now the offense comes out here again. I hate beating a dead horse, but sustained drives, guys, sustained drives. As they start on their own 45, let's see what Coach Graham and this offense for Tinley can muster up here.
Richmond through the air so far, 1 for 3 for 5 yards. This is a handoff to Hampton. Great blocking on the outside, and lowering his shoulder is Davion Hampton for a 5-yard gain.
And as Davion got that handoff, I think he wanted to bounce it outside. He bounced it back inside where he saw that little seam again. So that front line, again, has to open up the holes there when you run the ball. When you go to pass, you got to, it's elementary. You got to protect that quarterback. Give him time to throw.
This is a handoff again to Hampton. He's being chased down, but he's going to move his feet past the first down line. A 9-yard gain for number 3.
Hey, do you think they heard me?
I think so.
Sustained drives,
Keep it going. Move those chains, Bill. You must have somebody playing the broadcast down there, and we thank you for that. Thank all of you for joining us tonight on IndianaSRN and all our fellow games on the family of networks tonight. As a handoff again to Hampton. but he'll be stopped actually short of the line of scrimmage this time. They're saying the ball may have fallen out. Carter Bell is waving for Covenant Christian ball. I think he may have been down before that ball ever had a chance to pop
Oh, no,
out.
they're going to give it to Covenant.
Wow, they are. So that
Oh,
a fumble, a devastating turnover. Davion Hampton is slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. And it's going to be recovered by Tindley.
And here it is. And you watch how they brought everybody up to the line, basically, because they knew that they were going to run the ball. As the defense.
Yep, that ball definitely did pop out. I didn't see it at first, but regardless, that is Covenant Christian recovering, and they will get started to try to get their 4th touchdown. We're going to go to break. It appears Hampton is still down on the field. Nope, just kidding. We're going to stay right here.
Hey, we got our own trickery here, too, Joey, you know that?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we're the one pulling the strings here.
Right.
I thank Ethan Pollock, our producer tonight, and Justin Griffiths, our cameraman. Justin doing a bang-up job.
Way to go, guys.
You're doing good too, Ethan. So here we are. Covenant Christian will start this drive at their own 35-yard line. Flat fake pass, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. A great tackle by a great duo there.
But we got another flag on the play.
Yep, Kevin Getter and Ben Reynolds on the tackle. But you said it, flag on the play. I really like the simplicity of Tinley's uniforms, by the way. Holding is going to be the call on Covenant Christian. I like the maroon with the white and the gray. It's a good clean look.
Kind of reminds me of my old high school here in Indianapolis.
Where was that?
Lawrence Central High School.
Lawrence Central.
Maroon and gray.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Are they still maroon and gray?
They are.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yes, sir.
Tony Flatt and John Neighbors in the backfield. 3-4 look for Tinley. This is going to be caught by Ross, and he'll be brought down at the original line of scrimmage. And I'll bring up 2nd and 10. It looks like he kind of got rolled up on when he was going down. So hopefully he's all right. We're going to cut to break as the trainers tend to Ross. You're watching Indiana High School football on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
And welcome back to Covenant Christian at Zionsville West. Flat over the middle. It's caught by Tindley. Tindley breaking some tackles, and he's finally brought down by LeBron Warren at the 21-yard line.
And again, we talked about it off air. Tony gets. Okay, let's take a look at this replay.
He's got nothing but time back there. That time, actually, he got some pressure. It was good to see out of Tinley there.
But he just, he gets the ball. He's got time to kind of stand back there except for that time, but still gave the receiver time to find that little soft spot.
Flat rolling out to the left. He's going to keep it. And he's brought down. Another first down for Covenant Christian. Pushed out of bounds and tackled by Lamar Worthman.
But the defense, the D-backs for Tinley on that play had the receivers covered pretty well. That's why
Definitely.
Tony had to take off with it.
So Covenant Christian team, I'll have to steal your stat that you gave me. 35 points of offense per game, but giving up 35 points of defense per game as well. Clearly tonight the message has been sent for Covenant Christian's defense, and they've now got a turnover and another opportunity to score. Flat to the air, finds a man on the hitch route. Unable to break that tackle was Isaac Niemeyer. Down at the 5.
Second and goal for the Warriors.
Now with just under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. It felt like kind of a long first quarter.
Yeah.
Quite a frequency of scoring. We'll do that. And Covenant Christian just moving the ball all day so far. Tinley had some bright spots on that last drive. See if they go back.
They sure did.
Back to Hampton. Flat.
Comes the pressure.
He's going to try to keep it himself. Now he's going to look to throw. And nobody's home in the end zone.
Well, now Tinley's starting to get that pressure on Tony back there. But what I liked about that pass to Niemeyer over on the sideline a while ago was he caught the ball. I thought he had the corner to score a touchdown, but the D-backs for Tinley came in, was able to, tackle him and not let him get that corner.
It was a great wrap up there on second and down. Now 3rd and goal is where we will meet. We're going to take a quick break here for the timeout at Tinley. We'll be right back.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Run up the middle is brought, wow, can't get my thoughts together there. John Neighbors run up the middle, he's going to be brought down, and it's going to be 4th down and goal. So does Tinley have the goal line stand in him? We're going to find out here on this play.
Boy, you know what? If they can make a stop here, what a feather in their cap here
for this.
Oh, yeah,
definitely. Neighbors behind Flat. Covenant Christian needs a good push to get a touchdown here. They'll hand it to Neighbors. No, it's Flat. He's going to waltz into the end zone for a touchdown for the Warriors.
And again, the Tinley defense was keying on him handing off to Neighbors, but you got to keep guys home to cover that, quarterback.
He's a dynamic athlete who can make plays all over the field. We talked about it. 5 rushing touchdowns heading into this game. That's his 6th. He leads the team in rushing touchdowns. Now on to kick. Munoz, and we are at 27-0, and we'll be right back here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
is very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, a great atmosphere for breakfast or brunch, open Wednesday to Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2. Tammy and her staff are waiting to serve you and your family. Try the biscuits and gravy or a quiche. Coach recommends the BLT. Tam's is located at 6427 Oak Landon Road in Indianapolis. It's going to be brought in by Warren. Trying to make some headway there, and he's going to be brought down at the 20-yard line. Short return here for Tinley. Their last drive ended in a fumble, Bill, but it looked positive. They got 2 first downs. They looked like they were being a little more clinical.
Yeah, they were, and, the running game was working. But, when you go into that line like that, take care of the ball,
You have to.
And, of course, we're sitting up here in the booth. That's easy for me to say.
Sure, and me too. Yeah, and me too. But at the same time, those are the fundamentals that Coach Graham is always trying to hammer for these kids is, hey, we have to be able to take care of the football. That is number one on the most important list. This is a handoff. Azaf Mosey brought down for a 2-yard gain there.
And again, let's see if they can get another sustained drive here. Because, right now it's not out of reach, but man, you need to make something happen
Almost. Richmond almost got it to Keyshawn McGill. I think he was looking for some pass interference.
I think he was too, yes.
He may have been justified. Whether or not that's true, it is now 3rd down and 8. Good to see that play again. It's a great ball from Richmond as well.
I know he wanted a pass interference, but it looked like the defender was kind of looking back at the ball too.
Yeah.
So, they're going to let him play.
Sure. Sam Lyons was on the coverage there. Got a hand in there, I think.
These officials all over the state do a wonderful job.
Pressure. Richmond is going to toss this one just over the line of scrimmage, and it'll be incomplete. 4th down upcoming.
And you're speaking about the officials. If anybody out there wants to get involved in being an official, call the IHSAA office. They'll get you all hooked up.
I think being an official would be a rewarding career, but I love what I'm doing talking to you tonight, Bill, and I don't want to be in their compromising position there. Great bounce on the punt from Richmond, and this is going to take a Tiger bounce all the way to the opposing 30-yard line. 27-0 is our count here, and we are still in the waiting arms of the second quarter. First quarter, 1:48 left to go here. Pat Cherry Insurance, our staff will provide you over 40 years of trusted expertise and knowledge to help you protect your assets. Visit today so we can put a plan in place for you and your family. 317-894-7000 or email pat@cherryinsuranceragency.com. That's pat@cherryinsuranceragency.com. So Tony Flatt and the Warriors look to make it 34. Here is Bryant, and there's going to be a flag.
Coming back.
Probably coming back, yep.
Going to be a hold. And it's like the third or fourth hold on Covenant when they run that play.
Mm-hmm.
So Cottle's probably going to go to the playbook and say, okay, we don't need this one no more. Right?
That's a great observation, Bill. I've noticed the same thing. Whenever they're running to the right, they've had some pulling guys or or receivers get holding. So, and that's going to be the case here as well. And for all the stoppages, just to give you a timeline, it's 7:42 real time, and we're still in the first quarter. Scores and fumbles and unfortunately an injury or two here or there.
Right.
But regardless, still in the first quarter, a lot of football left to play. So if you're Tinley, you can hang your hat on that, say, hey, we have so much time left to go. And now if you're Covenant, you're trying to build your lead to get a running clock as early as possible. This one's going to be incomplete, intended for Tyndall.
Nice coverage here by Warren.
That it was. Warren is a different type of athlete. He's got great kick return yards on the year. He's a good defensive back as well.
And the young man's only a freshman.
He's got all this time to grow into his body.
And all night long, Covenant's going into that pistol formation.
Flatt is going to keep this off the read option. And he'll stay in bounds briefly and then be run out as he gets back to the original first down line. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Warriors.
If you're Coach Graham and the defensive coach for Tinley, 3rd and 9, no big plays here. You want to try to, limit any, if any, gain here.
Longest 3rd down of the night for Covenant Christian. Flatt. Long curl route is complete for a 1st down to Isaac Weininger.
But again, Joey, all the time in the world for Tony back there. There was no pressure on there. I can't say it enough, man. You gotta find a way. Theo, figure it out.
Theo, I like that. Well, with the 3 down front, it's tough to get a lot of penetration from those down linemen. And a lot of the guys dropping in coverage there from the 3-4. This is going to be a handoff for Bryant. Working the right side. He's got a 1st down and more. And he'll trot out of bounds.
If that field was just a little bit wider.
He might have broken
Bryant would have been gone.
Well, the middle school field dimensions, despite what you might believe, Bill, are not any smaller than a regular high school field. So,
right.
But he's working with what he's got. I think it was smart for him to go out of bounds. Don't labor to get tackled.
Save a timeout.
Sure. Flat short pass is going to be incomplete. Trying to get it over to Weininger.
Weininger got into the game a little bit last week, but it was after we knew who was going to win last
Sure,
week.
Yes, yeah. Well, you said 7 touchdowns in the first 7 possessions for Covenant?
Yes.
And so far they're 4 for 4 in this game.
Right.
Midway through the second quarter, Chittard leads Columbus North 14-7. Tony Flatt taking this, dishing it out on the bubble to Tyndall. Tyndall's got some room on the sideline, and he'll be brought out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
But who kind of got in his way?
His own receiver.
His teammate,
his own teammate.
He's like, come on, man.
Come on, man. I'm trying to get around you. Don't you know what I'm doing here? I'm working. You mentioned officials earlier. IHSAA officials' participation in high school athletics does not have to end with graduation. If you've been away from the game for a while, you can get back in by becoming a licensed official. Contact the IHSAA office at ihsaa.org. First and 10 here for Covenant. Hand off to Bryant. Bryant had a convoy of offensive linemen who really weren't blocking anybody. There was no one there. But he's brought down after a 15-yard gain.
First down, Warriors.
There's an injury on the field, so we're going to take a very brief break here on IndianaSRN. Be right back. Welcome back to Covenant Christian. Indiana Mulch and Stone. Since inception in 1987, Indiana Mulch and Stone has been dedicated to providing the highest quality products to landscapers, businesses, and residents in central Indiana. Our first priority and foremost goal is to establish long-term relationships with our customers by offering exceptional service and the highest quality landscape products. This philosophy has defined our success for the last 35 years and will continue for decades to follow. Contact IndianaMulch.com. And again, brought to you by Telemetry Sports. For more than 6 years, Telemetry Sports has been working with the NFL and multiple college football teams as a data and technology provider. Player speeds and accelerations that they are providing us is generated using computer vision, the same technology as autonomous vehicles. As you watch these players, keep in mind that over 18 miles per hour is almost as fast as Bill Ludlow, and impressive for a high school and college athlete. It's weird they write that in the ad, Bill. I mean,
I'm
come
telling
on.
you, I don't know.
Did they even ask you about that?
No, they didn't.
They just
you
assumed.
Know, so, yeah.
The words.
I'm gonna have to have a talk with the higher ups here, Joey, and say, hey, where's my royalty from this? You know?
Right. And Tyreek Hill challenged you to a race. Well, the Tinley player that is down is Azaf Mosey, and as we're getting set here, be a good time to revisit some other scores from around our family of networks before we get going again. Chittard leads Columbus North 14-7 midway through the second quarter, and Heritage and Cecina are tied midway through the second as well.
That's quite a contest there, Heritage and Cecina. They, off the field they get along, but you suited up, man.
It's
like
going to be
it's
it's
like
tough.
the Packers and the Bears.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a very exciting matchup.
Sunday night
football. That's where Bill will be, in case you were wondering. Bill, a large Packers fan. We may have some Packers trivia to test your knowledge later on as we go through this game. We're still in the first quarter. That is correct. But winding down. Here's Flat. Handoff. Faked. Flat. In the flat. Dishes it out, and it's dropped. A tough incompletion there. Nolan Jones had it. And tough almost catch there for Nolan Jones. He would have had nothing but pay dirt in front of him.
Well, I think one of the things, and you see this in the young ball players, they want to catch the ball, they want to catch it, and then they want to turn upfield. You got to catch it first, then turn it.
Watch it into your hands. Too many times guys are looking away before it reaches those hands. Flat on the hitch route. It is complete to Weininger. He'll be brought down short of the first down line. That's going to bring up third down, and finally the end of the first quarter arrives. 27-0 Covenant leads Indianapolis Tinley here on IndianaSRN. We'll be back.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
And welcome back to Covenant Christian. Joey Lindstrom, Bill Ludlow with you. Covenant knocking on the door once again with an opportunity to go 5 for 5 on their drives and touchdowns.
You know, Joey, right before the end of the quarter, Tony was in the quarterback position. He looked at it, his receiver made a little hand motion, and as soon as he got the ball, looked that way, threw it. So, you know, he's tipping off the defense. Yep. You know, let's cover that guy, you know.
Could be a little secret hand signals there between the two. Flat looking end zone. He's going to roll out. Almost sacked. Oh. He's going to keep it himself. Is he across the first down marker? I'm not so sure he is. I think around the 3-yard line is where they needed to be. I think they're actually going to mark him short. Fourth down.
Yep, it is fourth down.
Just shy, and I think if you're Coach Cotto, you're probably comfortable with going for it.
Yeah, you got Brian in there, and we know what he can do. So,
do you give it to Brian here, or do you try to air it out? I mean, it is 4th and inches. Give it to the guy. Give it to the horse.
Give it to the man.
Bryant hot as of late this season. They are going to throw. Flat. And it is incomplete.
Oh.
So Tinley holds up on 4th down and goal, and they'll take over at their own maybe 3-yard line. And to see this one again. You see Flat was looking for the slant route by Weininger.
And he went the other. Yeah.
Tough play for Covenant, but a great play there for Tinley. Now, can you build on that? You got a 4th down stop. Huge opportunity here. So now Covenant with a substantial lead. Tinley is going to try to climb back into this one. They're led by Dion Richmond. All 6'6" of them. He's deep in his own end zone. He has to toss this one up for grabs. It's incomplete.
Well, he was close because he had a lineman right there.
Right there.
Like, ooh.
Trying to come and clean his clock.
You got to work you're deep in your own territory. You got to. Theo, come on, guys.
The other large player there for Tinley is Henry May, 6'5", sophomore. And Richmond just a junior. This team is young, we've said. I'll count up the seniors later, but there's really not many to speak of. Hampton gets past the goal line at the very least, and he'll be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And it's just that the defense for Covenant is getting that push to stop, Hampton in this running game for Tinley.
Third down and 11.
A defensive line for Covenant is huge also.
That they are. Richmond going to try to go deep. He's got a man, and it's dropped. Oh, Keyshawn McGill. He would have been gone. Let's see how this is. McGill had a great post route ran here, Bill.
He did. And you're right, man. Nothing but pay dirt right in front of him.
And now 4th down and 11. So, you know, I think if you're Tinley, you'd say, okay, we got our 4th down stand. We had a shot downfield. At the very least, you know you had that shot again, likely. Richmond's going to punt. Dangerous area. Tyndall is going to fair catch this one. At the just in front of the 35-yard line. So not a very deep punt. But this is going to be either a false start or legal formation. There's a possibility they just take the 5 yards or they replay. I think they're going to give.
Yep, going to kick it again. I think they gave Coach Cottle the option to decline so they can just begin offense. Normally, though, I think when it's a dead ball, you have to re-kick, but I think they're going to illegal formation. Yep, so it is decline. So he had the option, and they're going to take that one at the 33-yard line. Now in at quarterback for Covenant is Connor Cruz. Another young man, Joey, that we saw last week.
Yeah, freshman.
He's got a nice arm on him.
11 of 16, 180 yards, 68% through the air. Cruz steps up in the pocket, zips one out to the right side to Ross, and it is caught. Good to see Landon Ross back out there after he went down in the first quarter. You can hear.
So here's. Go ahead, Joey.
No, I was just you can hear on the crowd mic. You can hear the student section shouting out Connor. It's pretty cool. Fan favorite. You were going to say
that. Yeah. What was I going to say?
I don't know. I'm not Bill Ludlow's head.
I know what it is. You know, just hand the ball off. They're throwing a lot. Oh,
almost an interception. Paul Carpenter Jr. was in the exact right spot. Just went through his hands. It was a pretty hard pass to catch there, but regardless, that's a great incompletion if you're Tinley. And if you're Cruz, you got to be able to see that as well. This is part of the maturation why he's out there as well.
Right. But I'm saying, like I was, talking about, hand the ball off. Pound this out a little bit. You're up 27-0, but I think we got a lineman there for Tinley. Got into the neutral zone there.
Yeah, but it's going to be an infraction there, and likely another first down there for Covenant.
And the young man, the minute he broke that plane, he knew it, and he's like, that's when you don't want to look over the sideline.
Yep. Coach is going to be mad at me. 9:52 to play here in the second. Handoff. That's a great run by Noah Bryant once again and a first down. Now, Bryant's an impressive kid, just a sophomore. They have him listed at 5'6", 145. He's just a quick dude, but he runs very powerfully as well.
I think he's more than 145.
I think so, too. I think they fudged the numbers there. Fake handoff. Cruz being chased. Rolling out to his right. It is complete to Tyndall. Into the corner of the end zone. Touching the pylon. Gavin Tyndall. And Covenant Christian get to 33.
throws his pass complete to Gavin. Green shoes Tindley for the touchdown.
The PA announcer said it. Gavin Green Shoes Tindall gets Covenant their 5th touchdown in 6 drives. We're going to see this one again, and Connor Cruz faking this handoff, pulled the defense to that side. And a great route by Tindall.
Just went for that corner of that pylon.
And the extra point is good for Covenant Christian. We'll step away here. 34-0 is our count with 9:19 in the second to go.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian and Tinley on IndianaSRN. A couple of score updates for you. Cecina leads Heritage Christian 20-7. With under a minute to go in the first half, Mount Vernon and Delta are tied at 7 at the end of 1. And Chittard leads Columbus North 21-13. Just a couple ticks there in the second left. Touchback here for Covenant Christian. And now Tinley will have their next possession. We were encouraged by the deep shot that they took, trying to get it to Keyshawn McGill on the post. Do you think they go back to that here?
You got to. You got to find something that's going to work tonight, you know. And unfortunately, it didn't work that first time. You know, let's go back to the well again and see if Mr. McGill can haul this next one in.
Dion Richmond is going to be picked off by Munoz. Cruising to the end zone. And it'll be 40 points for Covenant in the first half. He was looking for Davion Hampton in the curl route, but no dice. Munoz snuffed that one out.
You know, he was reading Richmond's eyes the whole way, and the receiver kind of stumbled a little bit in enabling Munoz to step in there and pick that one off.
On a kick, Munoz, after his second touchdown of the night. This one a little bit different. Of course, the pick six. Now it's 41-0. And Covenant Christian has reached the running clock portion of the evening pretty early. 41-0 our count here at Covenant Christian on IndianaSRN. We'll be right back.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Serenity Home Care Services is an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver service provided in central Indiana. We are the friendly, competent, experienced team of caregivers you've been seeking. Contact today, serenitycareservices.net. Kick is to Warren. He drops the kick. He'll work on to the right side. Got a block. Throws a stiff arm, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 10-yard line.
So again, Tinley starting deep in their own territory, and man, you know, you're down 41-0, Joey.
Yeah.
You know, don't have an answer. You know, you gotta figure something out here, fellas. Of course, that's easy for us to say up here in the booth, but. Man, you kind of feel for these Tinley Tigers. You know, they just one miscue after another, and it just there's just no easy rhythm here for them.
Richmond laying it out deep, finally caught. A deep ball goes. Running to the end zone is Paul Carpenter Jr. Touchdown, Tigers.
Got on the board. Way to go, Tigers.
What a catch and run. And when he got going, I mean, he got going. Look at him on the wheel route there. Gets the beat down on the defender. A great catch, a great throw by Richmond as well.
The defender almost had him, and then he just turned on the jets and let her go.
Jeremiah Dowdle was given chase. It was a great play. Now on to kick. Saw Weathers. And he'll attempt to get Tinley back within 34. And as they wait for their additional player to get on their field goal unit, it's a big touchdown there. 90 yards. An excellent play. This one is up, and it is through the uprights. So a one-play, 90-yard touchdown drive for Tinley ends in a touchdown, of course. And we're going to cut to break once again. It's 41-7 Covenant.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably can help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
A wonderful drive because it only took one play, Bill, and then a touchdown there for Tinley. Paul Carpenter Jr., 90-yard reception touchdown, and a great encouraging boost there maybe if you're Tinley now.
Yeah, you know, and Carpenter, he got behind the defender, and Richmond just had time. He's a southpaw, Richmond is, quarterback for Tinley. He just laid it right out there.
He'll boot this one to the up back. Taking it himself, that is Carter Bell. Making one man miss, and he'll be brought down at the 35-yard line.
So that one play was at the 9-yard line, and they just, you know, went all out.
Well, you were definitely encouraging them to take another deep shot. because they've had a couple dropped and finally pays off for them.
And you know what? For our fans that are watching, it's not, I'm not rooting for Tinley, but, you want to see the young men do, have some positives.
Definitely. I never like to see a huge blowout in high school football. Love to see both teams competing. Clearly, Tinley has not packed it in yet. They're still fighting. This is a great run here by Noah Bryant, and we're going to have another injury here. We're going to cut for a quick 30 here on IndianaSRN. Welcome back to Covenant Christian. A couple score updates for you. And actually just one. Cecina leads Heritage Christian 20-7. Indiana Mulch and Stone, since its inception in 1987, has been dedicated to providing the highest quality products to landscapers, businesses, and residents in central Indiana. Our first priority and foremost goal is to establish long-term relationships with our customers by offering exceptional service and the highest quality landscape products. This philosophy has defined our success for the last 35 years and will continue for decades to follow. Contact IndianaMulch.com. Well, while we wait, Bill, I have a great trivia question for you, and I need to hide. And it revolves around your favorite team, the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
No one would ever know you're a Packers fan. It's not like you wear any of their stuff. All right. Who was the first Green Bay Packer to snag more than 50 career interceptions? I can give you some options if you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't say these was going to be cupcakes, Bill.
Man, we're going way back, aren't we?
This is actually really way back.
50 interceptions, huh?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go with my man Herb Adderley.
Nope. He's close. It is Bobby Dillon.
Okay.
He's way back. That wasn't fair. That wasn't a fair question. Next one's coming later.
And no matter what people say, I wasn't born then.
I was going to say, you were still a twinkle in the eye. I just wanted to test. That was my litmus test for how deep we're going to go with this.
Okay.
So I needed to know.
Man, I need to shake the cobwebs out here, man.
Yeah.
But you're a big Chicago Bear fan, is that
No.
correct?
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
I'm much worse.
Cowboy.
I'm much worse. Yeah. Yeah. We're not looking too good, which is fine. We don't need to. We're talking. That's a conversation for another time. Outside is Ross getting the catch by Connor Cruz. Connor Cruz looks pretty solid back there. As a freshman, it's tough to step in there, of course, but he's done well.
I think last week Tony Flatt had total yards was it close to 300 maybe?
I believe it. That score, by the way, it was 73-34.
Yes.
No one was playing defense.
No defense that night.
Very entertaining, for sure. Cruz will hand off, but briefly dropped and fumbled. And picked up by Malachi Weathers. Takes his opportunity.
Well, there's another positive for
Tinley, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a huge play. Little problem with the mesh there, and it's fallen on by Weathers. Great play to give Tinley the ball, and now a first down.
Well, let me give you, I'll talk to you here after this play about the Cowboys here.
Okay. And Richmond's actually going to take a timeout. Let's keep it here, so I'll give you your soapbox.
Okay. My oldest granddaughter, she works for Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
She was working here in Indianapolis. She went down to Dallas with her manager from here to open up a Chick-fil-A in Dallas.
Nice.
She's got a boyfriend down there now.
Okay.
And this young man is a big Dallas Cowboy fan. And we're going down there in November.
Oh.
But you know what I'm taking with me? My Packer stuff.
That a boy. You got to. If you didn't, wait, who are they playing in November? Do you know? Which game you're going to?
Oh, I'm not going to a game.
You're not?
We're going down there to visit, visit our granddaughter.
I was going to say, yeah, if you wore Packer stuff, a lot of success for the Packers as of late in that stadium, so over the last decade or so.
But you know, the former coaches after this play here.
The handoff to Hampton over on the right side. Shifty back, making some space for himself. And there he goes. Davion Hampton, one man to beat. Was he out of bounds just before the goal line? There's a flag on the play.
Are you kidding me?
Thought I saw one back near the 50.
No.
And it's the tragic and dreaded holding after a big run.
So that negates that big run.
Oh, man, if you're Tinley, you're kicking yourself. We have surpassed 3 minutes and 58 seconds in the second quarter.
Still first down.
And there have been 21 points scored in these 3 minutes and 58 seconds.
Then did he give him a sideline warning also?
I think so. I think he gave Covenant a sideline warning. Maybe the line judge was unable to get through when he's chasing down Hampton.
But back to coaches, Tom Landry, former coach of Dallas, and Vince Lombardi, of course, we know, great coach for Green Bay Packers. Both those coaches were coordinators for the New York Giants before they got their head coaching jobs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And everything. So, so really, during practice, they were still going head to head, you know?
Love that. Love that. Well, the more you know.
Now Richmond's directing the receivers where they got to go.
Yep, shifting over for some extra blockers. Hampton's going to get it again. That holding penalty brought them back 14 yards behind their original first down marker. Man, after a huge run that got you down all the way to the half-yard line.
You know, if that was me and I ran that far and there's a penalty, I'd be going, man,
done.
I got to go get some oxygen now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I need to take a play off. Hampton's still out there.
That's the difference between the young and the old here. You
right.
know? I'm just like, oh.
Be interested to see Telemetry Sports report on how fast Hampton was running. I mean, he was cooking with gas. Second down, 15 yards to go for the first down. And Tinley handing off again. Hampton just short of the original first down marker. It'll be third down and 11.
You would think it's a passing play coming up here with 3rd and 11, but you know, that's why I'm the analysis tonight.
Yep.
You know, not down there.
Not the coach.
Coaching. No, I'm not a coach.
Richmond and Hampton having a mini huddle, post huddle. Richmond back to pass, launching it deep. Intended receiver was Keyshawn McGill, but overthrown. And it'll be 4th down and 11. So what would have been 1st and goal for Tinley, unfortunately, gets back to now 4th and 11 at midfield.
Man, it's just, things work, and then you get called for a penalty. You got to clean some things up here.
And I think our head official was a little bit, you could see a little smirk. He said he didn't feel like he wanted to call that holding, but for the game. If this punt is blocked, picked up by the big fella. Eli Carlson he saw his opportunity and took it.
Rumbling, tumbling down through there.
Big guy. When you get the thick pickup, you have to go take your opportunity and seize it. Original block by Temi Adelakan and picked up by Eli Carlson.
Wow.
He was probably so pumped up. Look at his teammates, too. So very unfortunate series of events for Tinley there.
And you could, for the fans that are watching, you could hear the crowd, Mike. The crowd was even hollering for him.
Crowd was getting pumped up. 1st and 10 now at the Tinley 22. Cruz. Play action over the middle, and it is broken up. Nice work there by Ty Yarrow.
Again, another pass by Cruz that went a little high as we watch the replay.
Just a wee high there. Intended. And, at the end of the day, when you're a freshman quarterback, those are the types of plays you have to try out. This is Bryant. He's got plenty of space to work with. Bryant shifting to the outside. He's being dragged down at the 2-yard line. Last week, Noah Bryant tied the school record for touchdowns and scoring in a game with 5 touchdowns and 30 points. Versus North Putnam last week. He ties current Warrior John Neighbors in both those categories.
Okay.
So
they've got a double-headed monster there, in the backfield.
I'd say. They're a team that always just seems to have great athletes primed and ready to go. Cruz is going to hand off again. Bryant does not get to the edge of the goal line. He'll be brought down. After this week, Covenant Christian is going to face Heritage Christian at their place. And that'll be a tough matchup. Heritage is in a battle with Cecina right now.
And we got another player down.
And there's another, you said it, Bill, another player down, this time for Tinley. And we're going to take a quick break here on IndianaSRN.
Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services.
Cruz, handoff to Bryant, reaching for the end zone. Touchdown, Covenant. A 1-yard dive. Is that Noah Bryant's 3rd touchdown? Or his 2nd? Neighbors had a rushing touchdown earlier.
Right,
I think this is his 2nd touchdown of the day. Cruz handing off. Same old business there for the offensive line, getting the big push. And it all started with the great block on the punt by Temi Adelikon and picked up by Eli Carlson. Leading the score now, Covenant 48, Tinley 7. Let's keep it right here on SRN. Pat Cherry Insurance. Our staff will provide you with over 40 years of trusted expertise and knowledge to help protect your assets. Visit today so we can put a plan in place for you and your family. 317-894-7000 or email Pat at cherryinsagency.com.
Well, Joey, on the other touchdown by Bryant, it was a pass from Cruz to Bryant.
Yep. Okay.
Which got us.
Are you sure that wasn't? I thought that was Tindley that had scored that one.
There was.
Was it Bryant?
Yeah, I got it down as Bryant.
Okay.
That got him to 34.
Yep. Okay.
So.
Other scorers from around the area. Adams Central leading Heritage 42-7. Oh, and correction, the extra point was no good from Munoz. So it is 47-7 for Covenant. Here is Warren. Working the right side, looking for a block, and he'll be brought down just past the 20-yard line. Other scorers, Speedway leading Monrovia 21-3. Hamilton Southeastern leading Westfield 10-7. That's got to be a great one. Center Grove leading North Central 15-0. Brownsburg leading Fishers 21-14.5. Carmel leading Lawrence North 17-0. Pike leading Lawrence Central actually 14-0. Your alma mater there, Bill.
Oh, man. LC's on a 2-game winning streak. And tied for the MIC.
Handoff here is to Hampton. And he'll be brought down for a minimal gain. 4:15 left to play here. Participation in high school athletics does not have to end with high school graduation. Even if you've been away from the game for a while, you can get back in the game by becoming a licensed official in any of the 20 sports sanctioned by the Indiana High School Association. Contact the IHSAA office at ihsaa.org. Richmond is by himself in the backfield. He's got some pressure, launches over the middle, and it's almost caught just through the fingertips of Elijah Girton. This will bring up 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 9, in fact.
Several of those passes that should have been caught weren't.
Yep.
For Tinley.
Right now, Richmond is 3 of 8 for 95 yards and a touchdown. You can guess which one got the bulk of those yards. So now 3rd down and 9. Richmond again with some pressure. Over the middle again, and it's caught. Girton with the catch at midfield, and he's brought down at their own 48-yard line.
I like what they did on that one, Joey. You know, Girton went back to the huddle. He's telling him, go to me again.
Yep.
I won't let you down this time.
Let me have it again.
Yes, sir.
And he trusted his guy. It's a great, great play for Tinley.
Primetime players make primetime plays.
Love that.
They?
Yep. Look good, feel good, play good, look good. Old Dion. You said primetime, made me think of that.
Oh, there you go. Your man.
Deion Sanders?
Yeah.
Oh, from when he was at the Cowboys?
Yeah.
That was before I even knew what football was.
He was Dallas, 49ers.
And Falcons. He was doing double duty with the Braves. Great effort there by Davion Hampton.
And now he's coaching college football.
And now he's doing well, by the way. Jackson State undefeated.
Homecoming court to the concession stand. Thank you.
Richmond going deep again. Why not? Oh, just overthrowing his receiver, Henry May. Well, Richmond's gone over 100 yards now. I got him tabbed for 112.
Okay. But we talked about how he connects 72% of his passes, and
yep,
it's kind of fallen short of that a little bit tonight. But
yeah, he's been solid,
you know, and sometimes, you know, you don't want to blame it all on the receivers, but, you know, there's a couple of them that they could have and should have hauled them in.
No doubt. They definitely had the opportunity. I don't think everyone was set on that play. And this is going to be another false start here for Tinley.
So that'll back them up, 5 yards on that one?
At the end of the day, if you can take anything home right now into the half, it's that sometimes just those fundamental things like staying on sides have really hurt Tinley. They've gotten some 5-yard penalties here and there. And for a team that's still seeking their first win, those kind of things are very important as you go along.
You know, the drops and everything, it's part of the game, but the other part that gets me and some of the players is the mental mistakes.
Sure. Yep. It's tough to deal with sometimes.
Yep.
Now 4th down for Tinley. Are they going to keep their offense out there? I think they might. Well, actually, no, it looks like they're subbing some guys out for a punt.
So see if, high snap.
High snap over the top of Richmond. He's just going to have to fall on this, and this will be a turnover on downs. 20-yard line is where Covenant Christian will start their possession. And all the snaps so far have been perfect. This one obviously going over the top there of Richmond.
You know, you get up there, you get over the ball, you're going to snap it back. Then you look up, you see big old, nose
66 running
right
after
over
you. Getting after you. Brief offsides penalty avoided there. Bryant on the run. And he'll be brought down by his jersey. And that is Karsa Fairley on the tackle. All right, Bill, I got another one for you. The 2010 Packers run. They defeated the Falcons in the divisional playoffs. Who did they defeat in the NFC Championship game to earn the trip to Super Bowl 45?
Chicago Bears.
There you go. So this is a big weekend. As always, the Bears-Packers are, but after the tough loss in Week 1, can they respond against their arch rival? This is Bryant. An emphatic quick answer for Bill Ludlow. Noted Packers fan. I'm the unbiased one here. I have a feeling that maybe Aaron Rodgers is struggling with some of the receivers. Maybe there's a chance that he's frustrated with their youth, but they'll come around.
Oh, yeah.
This is just a growing pains,
Well, and on their first play of the game last week, too, he had a wide open Christian Watson.
Yep. dropped it right
there,
through his
kind of
hands.
like
Yep.
tonight, right there. You
Right
know.
there.
The pros even drop them, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yep. Bryant working again. He'll be brought down. Nice tackle there to secure him. That's Malachi Weathers.
it looks
But I
like
think-
we got another.
Yeah, I think Weathers is shaken up briefly. Nope, that was actually Paul Carpenter Jr. He seems to be all right. You know, a lot of these guys are playing two ways, and that can be very tiring in any game, but especially when scoring has been at a premium and you're playing defense a lot, you can certainly get pretty tired.
Oh.
False start here on Covenant. He was ready to go with this pass set. It was Logan Reffett.
Full start on the offense.
He got that old big body moving backwards a little early there, you know. Paul Carpenter Jr.
Had the big
Isn't there-
touchdown catch.
Isn't there a race car driver? Carpenter? I don't think.
Ed Carpenter.
Ed Carpenter, that's
Yep.
right. That's right. And now we got
There's going to be a timeout for Covenant Christian. They're going to try to regroup, get themselves ready to go for this first down and goal. We'll cut the break here in IndianaSRN. Welcome back to Covenant Christian. Joey Lindstrom and Bill Ludlow with you. Well, it's no secret Covenant Christian is trying to score because they just took a timeout to regroup and get these guys set. Bryant's in the backfield there with Cruz. And it's first and goal. Cruz launching to the end zone. It's almost picked off. A little miscommunication there with his receiver, Isaac Niemeyer.
Man, wouldn't that have been a positive for Tinley if
Sure.
he would have picked it and pick six?
He would have been gone. Ty Yarrell had him dead to rights on that one. Second and goal awaits Covenant Christian.
You know, this is the sportsmanship in me, but if I'm Covenant, I just hike the ball, take a knee.
Sure.
You're up 47-7.
Yep.
You know.
No, I'd agree with you. There is definitely merit to, and this is incomplete, there's definitely merit to running plays for the guys who don't usually get a lot of snaps.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, you're going to half and, you know, and talk it over, talk about what you're going to do, and then come out running your stuff. But in the same vein, again, we're not coaching.
Right.
These guys are
Right.
doing what they feel might be best.
When I told them I wanted to go into coaching, everybody laughed. So, okay, I'll go into broadcasting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
That's better, yeah. You could be as objective as possible. Cruz.
And if I mess up, nobody's, you know.
High snap. And Tinley makes him pay for it. Byron Stanfield, a great sack. And I'm sure they'll let the clock wind down. Covenant's going to try to take a time. Well, at least Cruz is going to try to take a timeout, but I think they're just going to let this clock wind down and go to half. 47-7 is our count after an extended first half with multiple scores, a few penalties to boot, but a heck of a lot of great plays, Bill Ludlow. What are your impressions overall?
You know, I seen Covenant last week. I knew the kind of offense that they had and the defense. Hadn't seen Tinley, read a little bit about them, thinking, okay, they come in with their A game, they can make it a game. And, it's just, and Joey, it's just like life. You have days, you have nights like that.
Yep.
That's what you have. What you got to do now is you got to be Coach Graham. You go into the locker room and you regroup your guys. You tell them, there's still 24 minutes of football to play.
Right.
Let's not give up. We've scored 7. Let's go out and, see what we got.
Exactly. Let it all hang out,
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's a message that Coach Graham is going to send to his team. We have the talent. Well, let's go do it and let's show it. 47-7 our count. And we'll have a 15-minute break here for homecoming here at Covenant Christian. And we'll be right back with the coach, Keith Myers, at half.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Back at halftime with the score 47-7. Covenant Christian over Tinley, as you see the halftime Queen and King court. And with me now is Bill Ledlow. And Bill, it's been a very interesting game. But, as we're halfway through our football season, I'm getting a lot of phone calls about, are you doing basketball on IndianaSRN? And the answer is, we're doing a lot of basketball on IndianaSRN. And Bill, this will be our 6th year doing web TV, our 13th year overall. And you and I started this 13 years ago, Bill, doing a little bit of radio, and now has grown into this web TV cast that looking forward not only to the end of football season, but also basketball season.
And it was great when we went from radio to webcast. And, I still love radio because I got a face for radio.
Yeah. Well, you had a great –
But the webcast – it gives the fans, more, as they're watching the game, I mean, we describe the best we can, but when you're watching it, it's a whole different ballgame.
Well, a lot of grandma and grandpas who may not be able to go to the game now can see that. And, if you're a grandma or a grandpa, or you're an athletic director or a coach out there that would like to get more games on. You can contact us by email at coach@indianasrn.org. Though there's 119 games on the schedule right now, we got more room for you. We're excited that we've expanded our coverage to South Bend and Evansville this year, so a lot of things going on. But, you know, you get the neat thing I like about this, Bill, is we're doing what was told to do 13 years ago, is to just put kids on the radio and TV and promote them, because it's all about these young men and young women that are competing not only in football, the basketball. We also do track, we do volleyball, we do lacrosse, golf. We do it all.
You know, and it wasn't. You know, we're promoting the kids that are participating in these sports, but you know, all in all, it was the Lord that, you know,
okay,
said, hey Keith, this is what we need.
Matthew chapter 28 said, go into the world and teach, and that's what we're trying to do, is teach good sportsmanship and a great atmosphere. And we're looking forward to the football season, the rest of the football season. But again, if you have anything and you'd like to contact us, you can contact us at coach@IndianaSRN. We're going to shut up.
But one other thing here, Keith, before we go off, you know, it gives these kids too that recruiters are saying, hey, you got anything I can watch? You know, yeah, go to IndianaSRN, you know, and you know, watch me.
College football on IndianaSRN tomorrow. Defiance and
you gonna be at Taylor tomorrow?
No, we're gonna be at Defiance. Defiance in Kalamazoo. Cannot wait. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to let you watch the rest of the halftime festivities. Score at halftime, 47-7, Covenant Christian.
Football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
When I'm at a Super Bowl and I walk in that stadium at kickoff time and I see that football sitting down there on that field, I get goosebumps because I sewed that football. I am Jane Helser. I recently retired. I started working at Wilson on April 13th, 1966. I was 19 years old. I put an application at Wilson. I got the job, never thinking that I'd be there for 48 years. I enjoyed what I did, so I just stayed.
The Wilson football factory here, it's actually like a secret. I was raised about 20 miles from here and never even knew this place was here. We make NFL footballs year-round. We manufactured the ball for every Super Bowl, and every point scored in the NFL since 1941 has been scored with a Wilson football. Jane was the longest tenured employee when she retired.
I would get up at about 3:30 in the morning to be on the job at 5 a.m. I had to oil up my machine every day. I could sew about 150 footballs a day. A football is made from a big piece of leather. It's cut out like a cookie cutter, and that panel is split down to a certain size. They're stamped with a logo, and then there's a lining that's put on it to hold the shape of the ball. When I get the football, it's in 4 panels. There's the top 2 panels. Those 2 are sewed together, leaving the opening. Then I sew the bottom 2 panels together. After the lace holes are punched and the seam are pounded down, then I sew the full section together. The rule of thumb is you don't make a good football sewer until you run a needle through your finger. One time the needle just slid up underneath the foot, stuck in my finger. They put an ice pack on it, took me to the doctor, he cut it out, and I went back to work the rest of the afternoon. I'm tough. The turner gets the nice job of turning it right side out. Then it goes to the lacer, he or she, puts a bladder in it and then laces it. After it goes to the lacer, it's molded. Then the ball is ready to be inspected.
Sewing the football together is probably the most important quality as far as manufacturing. The ball has to have perfect seams, the ends have to line up perfectly, and therefore I think sewing is probably the most critical job in manufacturing the ball. We do not want to change the product in its total, because the most important thing is the integrity of football. So our thing's consistency, make a consistent product that feels the same to the player every time they pick it up.
There's a cold swing. I tell people that I've been to 9 Super Bowls, but I've never been to an Ohio State football game. I've been to Miami twice, Tampa twice, Arizona twice, soon to be the 3rd time, New Orleans and Indianapolis. I'm just a worker that got a job when I was 19 years old and stayed there and was able to try to do the best job I could. And I've been rewarded greatly for it.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. He said he loved me. My friends told me it wasn't a big deal. They thought he was so cool, but they didn't know what he wanted me to do.
All I ever wanted was to feel loved. You have no idea the kind of pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. Needing to hire someone to take care of your loved one when you're away? Maybe your family member just needs someone to talk to when you're not around. Why not contact Indiana licensed Serenity Care Services? Call Angela, owner of Serenity Care Services, at 317-900-6202. Our team of trained and experienced personal care providers are licensed to serve seniors requiring companion care and light housekeeping services in Indianapolis and its 5 surrounding counties. Call us today at 317-900-6202. Now hiring qualified applicants.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian for the second half of our ball game tonight. I'm Joey Lindstrom alongside my broadcast partner and friend Bill Ludlow. Bill, we saw a bevy of scoring in the first half.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure when the flooding was going to stop for Covenant there. Tinley hit a huge 90-yard pass play to get their touchdown. And they showed flashes of positivity. Overall, though, Covenant has really dominated this game, clearly, as you can see on the scoreboard. However, I think if you look at this second half, you're going to see more reserves in for Covenant. You're going to see Tinley working on their guys. What kind of things do you expect to see maybe in the second half?
Well, you said it. Covenant's going to put some younger guys in, give them some varsity experience here in this second half. And that's, hats off to Coach Cottle for doing that. If you're Tinley now, you got to – it's kind of like I don't want to use that as an analogy, but, Coach Graham has got to get these guys, his starters in there.
Yep.
Keep them in there so they can get, in the flow, and like us, there's been no flow to their offense except for that one play.
Yep.
And, you got to find something for these young men, because on that ride back to Tinley, it's a long ride, but you just got to find some positives here in this second half.
They had a positive drive in the first half. I believe it was their fourth drive. They got 2 first downs, and then they fumbled. And that really hurt them there. I mean, they were down by just 3 touchdowns, but they were driving. Hampton was running the ball very well and efficiently. It's one of those things where if you get that ball back, do they crawl back within, 2 touchdowns or what have you? So regardless, this is Warren working the right side. The freshman trotting out there. The 25-yard line is where Tinley will set up. First down.
And we want to remind our, viewers that with a 47-7 lead, we will have a running clock the rest of the way. So I think the only time it'll stop is for a timeout and injury, I believe.
Yes. So Mount Vernon and Delta, their score right now entering the third quarter, just like us. Mount Vernon leads 27-14. Traders Point is up on Frontier 28-6. Cecina leads Heritage 20-13.
And we just
had
an illegal substitution on Tinley.
Tough. Keyshawn McGill letting his teammate Henry May know it. Too many guys on the field. That is an issue.
You're coming out of halftime.
Yep.
You put 11 men on the field. Come on, guys.
They'll be all right. They're figuring it out. And shifting over, new quarterback in there. This is going to be a fumble, though. Hampton does recover it. It's Girton, who usually plays receiver. He is the backup quarterback here. And as he's getting some experience, a tough play as he tries to toss that one out to his teammate, Davion Hampton. Hampton would have had over 100 yards rushing if that did not get called back earlier. Richmond is back in there. But I've got him down for 45 yards so far on the ground, number 3 there. Richmond handing off to Hampton. He's got some reach on the outside. Breaks a tackle, and he'll be gang tackled back at the original first down marker. Just past it, in fact, and it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Now, if you're Coach Cottle, though, Joey, you're putting younger players in there. You still got to tell them it's fundamental football, man.
Right.
Grab the legs, wrap them up.
Oh, yeah.
Tackle. This will be a fine teaching moment for Coach Cottle and the coaching staff of Covenant Christian.
3rd down and 9 meets Richmond and Hampton in the backfield. Tinley needs to convert. Rolling to his left. On the run, and that's going to be incomplete. Intended for Girton. Intended for Paul Carpenter Jr.
And it was close to being a pass interference on Covenant.
It was very close. If you're Tinley, I think you'd want to punt probably. But at the same time, you could try. But they are going to punt here. This one is his best of the night so far, and it's going to roll past the 50-yard line in midfield. Tomorrow on IndianaSRN, college football, Division III in the IHSAA. Kalamazoo at Defiance. Troy Darengowski and Sean Kroll will be on the call. 1:30 p.m. start on IndianaSRN. Now Connor Cruz is back out there at quarterback, the freshman. He wanted to get the offense to stay on the field before the end of the first half, so he's an eager beaver out there.
Right.
This is Bryant fumbling, and it's going to be recovered by Tinley, maybe. They're going to blow it dead. And was Bryant down? No, actually it is going to be Tinley ball. But they're going to claim that Malachi Weathers or was it Carpenter? We'll have to see again. I believe it was Weathers that picked up this fumble, but it may have been Carpenter. It was Carpenter right there, number 10. Great play by Tinley. It just scooted out between his feet. But they're going to mark him down there. And while the injured player is tended to, it's a great time to tell you about Telemetry Sports. For more than 6 years, Telemetry Sports has been working with the NFL and some college football teams as a data and technology provider. Player speeds and accelerations that they're providing us is generated using computer vision, the same tech in autonomous vehicles. As you watch these players, keep in mind that over 18 miles an hour is very fast and impressive for high school and collegiate athletes. Also brought to you by Serenity Home Care Services. Serenity Home Care Services, an Indiana licensed personal agency and Medicaid waiver service provider in central Indiana. For the friendly, competent, and experienced team of caregivers you've been seeking, contact today at serenitycareservices.net. So another chance here for Tinley. This is big. Richmond back there with Hampton. He will hand it off. Davion Hampton makes a man miss, but he's going to be brought down just behind the line of scrimmage.
Davion Hampton for Tinley, brought down by number 47.
Nice trip up there by Walker, I believe.
Yep.
Or Marshall.
Marshall.
Parker Marshall.
Parker Marshall. Richmond again. Handoff to Hampton. He's swarmed immediately. No doubt about it there for Covenant Christian. A great stop. Initial hit by Josh Williams, cleaned up by Logan Reffett.
You know, Covenant and Tinley both 1A schools, Joey. And as we look at our IndianaSRN football poll in the 1A, it's, of course, Lutherans leading, South Adams 2, Adams Central 3, Park Tudor 4, and Tri number 5.
Yeah, Tri West there. Richmond, deep ball. And Keyshawn McGill overthrown again. You know, he's had a few chances. I'm thinking that something's bound to break for him here. And Richmond has been good about taking his time, taking the time that he does have, and in pressure, facing it and throwing the ball.
You know, something I'd like to see Tinley clean up for next week is I've noticed that when the center hikes the ball, Richmond's kind of having to go up and get the ball.
Sure.
You know, it's not right where a quarterback would like it. So I think that needs to be cleaned up a little bit next week. And
Definitely something to work with there.
For the next week's game.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes all the world difference when you can have something simple like that be very efficient.
And, you know, throughout, you know, sports, you look at teams and you're like, well, this is a fine oiled machine. You know, Covenant is tonight. Tinley, you know, needs some tune-up.
They do. And they'll find it. This is a team that has gone.
Oh, yeah.
They went 3-6 2 years ago, 4-5 last year. Have yet to find something in the win column yet, but plays like that might help. A great catch and run by Elijah Gurton. All the way down to the 11.
You know, he was out on his wide side right, running a little slant route, Richmond hit him in stride, and just blew right by the defender there.
Yeah, it was a great accurate throw there for Richmond. Keyshawn McGill was down briefly, but he gets back up. Now here's an opportunity for Tinley, their best drive to date. Fake handoff over the middle. It's almost picked off. Henry May was the intended receiver. If he just kept going, maybe that was going to be 6.
And I'm sure there'll be some talk, when they come back to the huddle. It's like you just got to keep running your route. I hate to say it, but it looks like he might have just given up on it. I don't know.
Quite possibly. I mean, as long as you continue over those, it's a good chance you might catch that. This one's going to be incomplete, intended there for Paul Carpenter Jr. Sean Kroll has messaged me that Chittard leads 35-20 over Columbus North late in the third.
Hey, we're late in the third, too, here.
That we are. It's been quick in this second half.
Yes.
Handoff. Nope, a fake. And on the run goes Richmond. Can he get a block? Lowers the shoulder, and he's in for the touchdown. Dion Richmond. An 11-yard scamper to the end zone. And that was an impressive trot right there to get himself in.
He found the sideline. He's got that tall body there, Joey, that
hard to bring a big guy down like that sometimes. It's his first rushing touchdown of the year. So congratulations to Dion Richmond. The kick is missed wide left by Saw Weathers. We're going to take a break here as Covenant gets ready for their kick return, but a great drive for Tinley, 47-13 Warriors.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
A 12-play, 46-yard drive. What do you have there?
Yeah, I got it as a 7-play drive.
Okay, 7-play. My bad.
Play.
Wow.
Yeah.
I added too many plays there. That's on me. Capped off by an 11-yard touchdown run by Dion Richmond. And a great fundamental and functional drive there for Tinley that they can hang their hat on. This is going to be corralled by Tyndall. Working the right side, cutting back, another fumble. He picks it up himself. Tyndall's got some space. Up the sideline. Gavin Tyndall. Touchdown. It looked bleak there for a second.
It did. He dropped that ball, but this turf, it bounces right back to you.
You know, have you ever seen Aussie rules football?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it there. They have to bounce it to themselves sometimes. Oh, no, Gaelic football actually is the one they have to bounce it to themselves every third step.
Okay.
He was just practicing for a Gaelic football career there just for a second. a glimpse of it. What a touchdown return there. I believe that was 74 yards. for Gavin Tindley.
Here it comes.
84 yards, in fact, actually. Great jukes, a great strip there. But again, he picks it up.
But again, when he got to the sideline, he just kicked in the afterburners, and there they go.
54-13 after that one, and man, what a quick turnaround there for Covenant Christian after giving up the touchdown, Bill. We're going to take a quick break here on IndianaSRN.
Bertner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian. Joey Lindstrom and Bill Ludlow with you. 47 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Tinley put together a wonderful drive.
Yep, they sure did.
And then Covenant Christian answered immediately off a kick return. They really had Tindley wrapped up. But it was a case where the ball literally bounced his way and Covenant Christian's way, and it was a great kick return. But still the cheers roar on for the Tigers, their cheerleading squad.
They never quit.
They never quit, that's for sure. Squib kick. Warren has trouble with it, corrals it finally. He's working the right side, and he'll be brought down at the 20-yard line.
Joey, as this clock counts down to the end of the third quarter, there's some coaches that we need to recognize for this week. Coaches of the week. Out of Region 1, Kirk Kennedy. Region 2, Matt Thacker. Region 4, Ron Schaefer. Region 5, Mike Wellen. Region 6, Tim Herron. Region 7, Will Patterson. Region 8, Darren Fisher. Region 9 is Nick Hart. And Region 10, Jeremy Lowry. Thank you, coaches, because without you, these kids wouldn't have this. And thanks for allowing them, or having your time, taking your time to teach the fundamentals in the sport of these fine gentlemen.
Definitely. It's they don't have it without coaches. They don't have the ability to play football without coaches, and they certainly don't have the ability to be morphed into young men by the time they're out of there without football coaches or coaches of any sport, right?
Yes, sir.
And so that's special. So thanks for reading those off, Bill.
Hey, no problem.
We're going to take a quick break here in IndianaSRN. We'll be back for the start of the fourth quarter.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Welcome back to Covenant Christian. Tinley ran a play before they knew that the TV cast was back. And it went for no gain. Handoff to Hampton.
They didn't know we were on commercial break?
No, I guess not.
Oh, man.
We need to have our TOC out there. Thank you, Ethan, in my ear. Shout out to Justin Griffiths on the camera and Ethan Pollock, our producer. Guys behind the scenes working so hard. Here's Hampton. Got a convoy in front of him. He breaks another tackle. Hampton will run himself out of bounds. Dude just runs with power constantly. And
Senior at 5'7", 180. He's a little hard to bring down.
He is. He's built tough, and he's hobbling there.
Coming up a little gimpy after that play.
Yeah, I hope he didn't twist an ankle or something. So in to replace him will be Asaf Mosey.
Again, I think you already touched on it. Covenant will be at Heritage Christian next week.
Heritage Christian, who's down to Cecina right now by 13 points. Tough Cecina squad. Hurley getting his guys going for that game. Heritage Christian looked good last week. This is a great run there by Mosey for another first down for Tinley.
Well, you thought Hampton was hard to bring down. Mosey, he's 195, Joey.
Big dude.
Yes.
Carpenter Jr. has this catch. He's also hard to bring down when he has the ball, and it's a 7-yard gain on the pitch and catch. Got Richmond down now for 119 yards on the night.
Then you look at Tinley, and they will be on the road at Purdue Polytech next week. And that ball game is at the old Indianapolis Howe High School.
Love that. Purdue Poly is 1-3 this year. Here's Richmond on the run. He'll be brought down just shy of the 15. A great run by Richmond.
And you know, you alluded to it during our pregame that Richmond can throw the ball 72% of the time, but he's also got a fine set of legs on him there.
Yeah, he does. He's been able to glide around the defense in this second half, and it's been very impressive. See if they can build upon that. When you got a quarterback who's a junior, making starts like he is, you know, sky's the limit for a guy that has the abilities like him. Handoff. Mosey is brought down at the line of scrimmage.
And what Richmond's doing also, you know, out there on the field, he's only a junior, but he is taking that leadership role that quarterback position has to have, you know, when that offense is on the field.
Definitely. Makes it, you could trust a guy more when he's able to do those kinds of things. Get everybody right. 2nd down and 7. That last tackle by Jackson Roars. Richmond to Carpenter, and it's incomplete. Almost had another touchdown through the air to Paul Carpenter Jr. Just through his hands, Bill.
Man.
On the 13-yard line.
But you know what won't surprise me if on this play here, if he doesn't go right back to Carpenter again.
Certainly wouldn't be a bad idea. Richmond airing it out on the fade, and it's broken up. Tyson Hall, the freshman.
He got up there at the last second, buddy, and knocked that one away.
Yeah, he did. Ideally, you want to high point it, and the opportunity was there for Henry May. It was a nice play.
But I looked at Carpenter on that play, and he ran a little hitch route to the left side.
Yep.
He was wide open.
He was.
But
he was.
Apparently the play was designed to go that way. I guess. I don't know.
4th down and 8. The give is to Hampton. Got a lot of room. He's going to be slipped down. He's going to slip and be down at the, looks like the 6, but is that going to be enough for the first down?
Nope.
It is not going to be. So an unfortunate slippage there for Hampton as he was trying to make the cut. The Covenant Christian defense holds. And that's a turnover on downs.
Well, you know who tackled him. He didn't slip.
It was the turf monster.
There you go. The old turf monster come out.
I love it. All right. Since we had just had a turnover on downs, Bill, who was known as the Minister of Defense
Minister
for the
of
Packers.
Defense?
Yeah.
There's only one.
Uh-huh.
Number 92, Reggie White.
Big old Reg.
And you know where he started his pro football career?
Was it? I'm thinking another green. Yeah, was it the Eagles?
No.
Really? Who was it?
It was the old football league, the Memphis Showboats.
The Showboats. Okay.
Yeah. And then when that league went belly up,
Yep.
he went to Philadelphia.
Well, I think it worked out for him.
Yes. Yeah.
Noah Sebri is our quarterback now in there for Covenant Christian. They're going to take a timeout because they're a bit out of sorts, and they need to get some players on. That happens when you have very young guys out there that are getting their first varsity experience here on Friday night. It's good that they showed up dressed today.
You know, the coach said, hey, I want you to go in varsity game. You want what?
What? My mom didn't even bring my uniform. Luckily, all these guys are dressed, and they brought their uniforms, we will assume. Still hear the Tinley cheerleaders. Love that. Snap, a little bit errant. Is to hand it off.
Oh.
And this is going to be fumbled at the 1-yard line. Recovered by Covenant Christian. So Sebri was trying to hand off. Couldn't tell who the running back was back there.
Wow, that knows that ball is
Oh, yeah.
right there,
right
Joey.
there. No breathing room at all. Now backed up at your own goal line. The running back in is Jay Armour. 2nd and 16. Sebri takes the handoff. He's being chased down. He's going to throw this away at the feet of Tyson Hall, who made the great play defensively earlier. So 3rd down and 16. A lot of these kids that are out there are likely all freshmen, it looks like. And it's good for them to get this experience, Bill, because you don't something they're obviously going to remember forever. And down the line, you know, they may not shake in their boots when it's time to go to the varsity level when they're sophomores, juniors, seniors.
Or if, you know, a varsity player gets injured,
right,
you bring him up. You know, you got to be, we've always talked about next man up. You got to be ready.
Isaac King is in the backfield. He'll get the handoff, and he'll be brought down in the end zone. Did he fumble?
Nope, a safety.
It'll be a safety. So Tinley gets to 15 points. Have you ever heard of scoreagami, Bill?
Who?
Scoreagami.
Scoreagami.
Yeah, like origami.
Yeah.
But it's unique football scores.
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick Google. But basically it's like a score that has never happened before.
Okay.
It's called a scoreagami.
Okay.
Interested to see, I mean, obviously, no, this is high school football. Just curious to see if 54-15 has ever happened. But it would be an interesting one.
We'll see what Google pops up here.
It has never happened.
Never happened.
So there you go. A very unique score for us tonight.
Well, hey.
A scoregami. They love hearing it.
Hey, we broke something new tonight, didn't we?
Yes, we did. That's what happens when you get the all-star crew together. Magic. That's what it is. Hey, participation in high school athletics does not have to end with high school graduation. Even if you've been away from the game for a while, you can get back in the game by becoming a licensed official in any of the 20 sports sanctioned by the IHSAA. Contact their office at ihsaa.org. Covenant is going to kick, as this is practice after a safety. The team who was brought down in the end zone has to then kick to the team that inflicted the safety. Munoz boots this one deep, in fact. Wow. And picking up now, and his knee dropped to the ground.
Oh.
Tough break there for Elijah Gurton. Final 2.5. His knee was down. And Tinley is going to begin their drive at the 16-yard line.
You know what I say about that?
No
harm, no foul.
No harm, no
right?
foul. Let him run.
You know, that's sport. That's my sportsmanship talking, but rule-wise.
Yep. Just
you
let him go.
You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to play by the rules.
We just did an ad read for IHSAA officials, and here we are opposing them. What are we doing, Bill?
I don't know.
What kind of operation is this?
Tinley seems to be. We'll have Coach delete this.
Yeah.
Delete that part.
Yeah, missing a lineman there, but and we'll have Coach to go back and delete, and Jerry go back and delete this for us.
Yeah.
Final score from Cecina and Heritage is 27-13 in favor of Cecina. Chittard's going to win 41-27. Mount Vernon leads Delta 42-21 midway through the fourth.
The Marauders had that nice run last year to the 4A state championship.
Richmond rolling out to his left. He's trying to find Keyshawn McGill.
But unfortunately, like all high schools, you know, you lost a big portion of your team to graduation.
Yes.
You know.
And that's tough, but you go ahead and rebuild.
Yes.
Want to hit on this too. Gavin Tyndall, speaking of that kickoff return for a touchdown earlier, broke the school record for kickoff returns in a game versus Speedway earlier this year. It's 196. Okay. Previous record was held by Jalen Peterson in 2016 of 120 yards. And broke the school record for receiving yards last week with 222 versus North Putnam. So another great effort tonight from Tyndall. Richmond going deep, laying it out for Hampton. It is going to be incomplete, and that is going to draw us down to the final ticks of this game. Tinley was the last to score, but Covenant was out on top, out in front right away. Bill Ludlow, this was a great game to go with you. We had a nice time chatting. Overall impressions of both these teams as they go forward.
You know, this is the second week I've seen Covenant. I'm impressed with them, but I see positives. Even though you only scored 15 points, Tinley, I see some positives for Graham and Coach Graham and his squad. And
definitely.
Just some things you got to work on, clean up, and I think that squad will be just fine, Joey.
Well, we're going to see him yet again on IndianaSRN. Thanks so much for being with us. For Ethan Pollock, for Bill Ludlow, and Justin Griffiths, our cameraman, I'm Joey Lindstrom. It's been a pleasure having this night with you, and we will see you next time on IndianaSRN. Take care.